Hi, I'm Jim Barnett. My mom used to say I was born with my motor running. I love to be on the go. I'm on a mission to check out as many interesting places and as many interesting people as I can. And along the way, I want to see who's got the best food. Hey, you're welcome to ride along, but I gotta go.
We're headed for a spot that used to be just a sleepy little town with beautiful scenery. Then a guy with a camera captured those scenic images on film and started a transformation from sleepy town to the Midwest's #1 tourist attraction. Well, we're going to see if we can find any of that 19th century charm in a 21st century tourist mecca. Grab your bathing suits. We're headed for Wisconsin Dells.
When you pull into town, you get the feeling really quick that thousands of people are drawn here. But for what? Well, there's a big hint right there. Water park capital of the world. There's no denying that. They're all over. And I don't know if you could ever find a hotel that doesn't have some type of water attraction. People playing in water is a big thing in Wisconsin Dells. Better yet, people playing in water, people riding on tracks, being scared, playing golf, seeing a show. They're all big in Wisconsin Dells. So I got to thinking, if people are going to come to the Dells by the hundreds of thousands, surely they know what they're coming here to see. Like, if you were going to see Mount Rushmore, you'd probably know what it is, right? Well, don't count on it.
So what does Wisconsin Dells mean?
I don't know. The Dells of Wisconsin.
Dells. Dell's computer.
I don't remember. I studied it. I don't remember.
But then he backed it up with this. It may not be the dictionary version of what Dells means, but it's definitely what the Dells has become.
The Dells means family time. You get together, you have fun, you relax, you enjoy people.
And that's so obvious here in the Dells. People just having fun. But we've still got to find out what the word Dells actually means. Well, if you look through the fog of water parks and fast-paced tourist fun, you'll find it. You'll find the simple reason why people started coming here in the first place. The word Dells is an Americanized version of the term used by early settlers to refer to the narrow passages and beautiful rock formations along a 7-mile stretch of the Wisconsin River. The river and rocks are what turned the quiet little town of Kilbourne, Wisconsin, into the tourist mecca known as Wisconsin Dells. Local historian, businessman, and all-around ambassador Tom Deal gave us a little history lesson.
And it all started when H.H. Barnett, who invented the original glass photography, photographed the unbelievable scenery in Wisconsin Dells and the river, and then took it down to Chicago and showed it.
And what beautiful photographs they were. Barnett took hundreds of photos of the Dells, his most popular subject. But he knew that people couldn't really appreciate the beauty that he was seeing by simply looking at a flat black and white image. So he took advantage of the latest in visual technology at the time and developed his images so they could be used in stereoscopic viewers. It gave people in Chicago and the rest of the country the chance to see the Dells in realistic 3D, just like he was seeing it firsthand. Well, naturally, anyone viewing the prints was taken aback by the beauty and wanted to visit the area for themselves.
So after H.H. Barnett showed the photography, then the people in the Chicago market wanted to come up here and see it firsthand.
Barnett, with camera in hand, decided to expand his business by photographing visitors while they were here. After all, he's the one who got them to come here in the first place. You can visit H.H. Barnett's studio right on the main drag when you come to visit for yourself. Other enterprising types in Kilbourne knew there was only so much of the river and rock formations that could be seen on foot, so they decided to start giving boat tours.
So the original tour boats were paddled like rowboats up and down the river, and of course they have over time have gone to wooden hauled boats to what you have now are 51 steel hauled boats that give people the magnificent tour of the Upper and Lower Dells River.
That upper and lower thing that Tom mentioned is what was created when the Dells Dam was built in 1908. It created an Upper Dells and a Lower Dells. Anyway, I wanted to take a trip on one of those original boat tours. Well, maybe not the original boats, but as original as we can get nowadays. Everybody said to head to the Upper Dells Boat Terminal, the oldest continuously operating tour company in the Dells. It's amazing that even today, with all of the fast-paced attractions in the area, these boats take hundreds of visitors out to see the simple, natural beauty of the Dells each and every day.
Well, hello everyone. How you guys doing today?
We were lucky enough to catch a ride with Captain Jim and his first mate Justine. They give a relaxed narration along the way, explaining every interesting thing you see. Rock formations made famous by Barnett's photography, quiet inlets. They even make a couple of stops so you can get up close and personal with nature. One of the most famous spots we visited was Stand Rock. This is where Barnett took his most famous photo. You see, Barnett had invented the stop-action shutter, the thing that allowed a camera to capture an instant image rather than having your subject sit perfectly still until the image was burned onto the film. Other photographers would not believe that he had invented such an amazing thing. So he had his son, well, I'm sure he said something like, "Son, I love you, but if you could just jump across those rocks up there." Anyway, his invention went on to be an assumed part of any camera. And the jump, well, they only let trained dogs do it today. Obviously, everybody's into their own thing. But if you want 2 hours of nothing but natural beauty and relaxation, this is the place. If you want to speed it up a little, but yet see all of the beauty on land and shore, you need to hop on one of the original Wisconsin ducks, sort of half boat, half truck. You see all the beauty of the Dells. You just have to let the boat drip dry on its way back to the nest. And for the family that just can't get away from the fast-paced amusement rides, there's even a jet-powered tour boat. Any way you do it, you've got to take in what Mother Nature created before she created roller coasters. Okay, so we know that people were drawn to the Dells originally by the natural beauty and the boat tours, but the quiet little town was still known as Kilbourne until 1931. That's when the name was officially changed to Wisconsin Dells. After all, that's what people were really coming here to see. Oh, by the way, as you travel around town, you'll still see the original name every now and then. Now, back to our history lesson with Tom Deal. I happen to know that the Dells made a huge jump in popularity back in the 1950s, and it was largely because of one guy.
The real person who put Wisconsin Dells on the map was when Tommy Bartlett came here in 1952 when he was producing a road show, a road water ski show, and this was the second stop. He stopped first in Madison and then stopped here, and the local business community were so excited about the show and so excited about Tommy because Tommy's name recognition back in the 50s was far greater than Wisconsin Dells' name recognition because he was a famous radio and TV star in the Chicago market. In the beginning in 1953, when they first opened this site here, we basically put on 5 shows a day, 5 water ski shows a day. They were bathing suit shows.
Okay, it's time for me to fess up about Tom. He really is Wisconsin Dells' best ambassador and historian, but he's also the owner of the Tommy Bartlett shows. You see, he started here with his wife Margaret right out of college, had a wonderful relationship with Tommy for over 30 years, and ended up taking over the operation when Mr. Bartlett died. So, I wanted to find out from this Tom just how the Tommy Bartlett shows quickly became the biggest attraction in Wisconsin Dells.
Then the third edition is he went to Tahiti and found original Tahitian drum dancers and brought back Polynesian drum dancers who had never been seen in the United States anywhere. And then the fourth thing was when he brought a regularly scheduled skydiving. He was always trying to give the customer something that they couldn't see on TV or they couldn't see at their local area.
And in doing that, he created a small entertainment empire. Nobody argues the fact that for decades across Middle America, if you said Tommy Bartlett, it meant Wisconsin Dells. And if you said Wisconsin Dells, it meant Tommy Bartlett. The Bartlett shows are still one of the biggest draws in the area, with thousands of people enjoying the shows every week. But if all there was 60 or 70 years ago was scenic tours and the Tommy Bartlett shows, how did it turn into what it is today?
Since Tommy Bartlett's arrival here in 1953, the tourism economy has changed drastically. Sure, we still have some of the old stables, the Tommy Bartlett shows, the ducks, the boats, and so on, but we have a whole new layer of amusements that have taken place. We had at one point in time, Noah's Ark, when it was built, was the world's largest outdoor water park. And so the business community here, especially in the motel business, said, hey, if Noah's can do it in the summer, what if we put a roof over it? Let's see what we can do. So Wisconsin Dells is credited with creating the indoor water park phenomena.
And as they say, the rest is history, with one business idea growing out of another. And before you know it, you're the biggest tourist attraction in the Midwest, with people by the tens of thousands flocking to your water parks and thrill rides. But if the whole thing sprouted from people wanting to get away from the hustle and bustle and just relax, surely there's got to be some of that left. There's got to be more of the relaxation left than just the scenic tours and the Bartlett shows. There's got to be some other richness to the area that doesn't involve chlorinated water. Where do you find those things when the latest in amusement technology is screaming at your face? I need food to help me think. Maybe some Wisconsin popcorn, some Wisconsin potato chips, otherwise known as cheese curds, to help me think this through. What is there to do in Wisconsin Dells other than amusement parks and water slides? What is there to do in Wisconsin, cheese capital of the world, for something interesting to do? Well, duh. How about checking out a cheese factory?